what I'd like to ask you, Abdo, is how has Hill kind of adapted to its kind of the new normal as it's being kind of portrayed? Have you had to change your approach to how you look at design and engineering methods for your projects going forward?
Well, we've been fortunate that we've been working on mega projects all along, and where we've had stakeholders on the various projects being in different geographic locations and different time zones. So we're quite trained, and we've been doing it for years, whereby we have people in LA, people in Singapore or Hong Kong, other in Europe, on basically going through online calls and doing design reviews and workshops remotely, because it's very difficult to keep flying people back and forth just for attending a one-day meeting or a one-hour meeting. So that's something that we've been doing for a long time. But I think the key thing that we're trying to do now is try to advise clients that the focus should be during the construction rather than during design and engineering, is to conceive the projects to be delivered with more prefabrication offsite. This will minimize the number of labor. This will minimize effectively having larger labor camps, busing the labor back and forth. So the social distancing issue becomes a lot easier to manage, and would guarantee better quality when you're prefabricating certain components of a project remotely in a factory environment. You have better control and better quality control, let's say, on the production. And then it's shipped to the site, and during the erection you need a lot lesser labor and resources in order to erect the projects. So that's one area where it's been done remotely in different countries, particularly in the Western world, primarily in dense or in downtown areas where there are restrictions on vehicles, and there are access restrictions. So it becomes a lot easier to do prefabrication offsite. This is one area. Another area is on the design of a newer projects. We're in touch with many of the leading architects, engineers, and professional organizations who are carrying out surveys with end users and service providers within the different industries, whether it's hospitality, hospitals, convention centers. And we're tracking all of the results of these surveys and the recommendations that are coming out of them, in order to make sure that we are evaluating all of these new ideas and new trends, and recommending the best approach to be adopted in the design of new facilities for our clients. For existing projects, whether they're commercial buildings or other public facilities, we have not seen clients yet look at the need of any renovations or alterations in order to try and make their facilities more COVID-friendly, let's say. But we expect that this is going to be the case. And with all of the studies and research and exposure to the professional design and engineering industry, we believe that once called upon, we will be able to bring in the best recommendation and advice to our clients for retrofitting any existing facility to the post-COVID needs.
And I've been speaking to a lot of stakeholders kind of since the pandemic started, just to kind of get their perspective of how they've changed, what they've done at each business. And it really sort of resonates how talented of a market we are in, especially in Dubai. Like, we are very much open at the moment. We're allowed to do kind of a lot of things than what other countries can do at the moment. I'd like to get your thoughts on sort of the future of Dubai. We saw the announcement that they launched the 2040 master plan as part of the government scheme. What was your initial thoughts when this was launched? And does Hill have any plans to be part of this master plan?
Definitely. I mean, we've been in Dubai since the beginning of the development, and we've contributed to some of the iconic and major projects that were launched more than 20 years ago. We were involved in the first project that was conceived for the tallest tower in the world before Burj Khalifa was in the Dubai Marina at the time. And, as I said, having been involved in Nepal and in other projects at the time, we're quite familiar with the approach of the leadership here. And we've seen it through, and we've participated in the different phases of the development of Dubai. And we're looking forward for the next phases, mainly part of the Master Plan 2040. Now, out of the 5 areas that have been identified, hospitality, let's say leisure entertainment, and cultural projects, these are areas where we have extensive experience. We've helped deliver the Dubai Parks and Resorts, the theme parks that are there. And as far as cultural projects, between the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi, the Egypt Great Museum of Egypt, the Qatar National Museum, Sheikh Zayed Museum now. So we've been involved in tremendous cultural venues, and we believe there'll be more of these coming up. The District 2020, which will be the redevelopment after Expo 2020, which is earmarked to be done as part of the 2040 master plan. We've been involved in the first stages of the planning, and we expect this to start next year, to restart after the 2020 Expo is complete. And we hope that we'll be engaged again in order to help complete that phase. Finally, sustainable mobility is one of the other cornerstones of that master plan, and this is an area that we've been involved in, not only internationally but also in the region. When the DIFC project was conceived and under development, we've done the study for driverless type of people mover systems and made the recommendation. We've been for the District 2020, which is a post-Expo. We've done the initial preparations for that. And in Saudi Arabia, we've been also looking at similar projects. So between leisure and entertainment and cultural projects, as well as sustainable mobility and District 2020, I believe there will be a lot of potential opportunities for us to continue our journey with the development of Dubai.
Very exciting plans. So final question from me, Abdo. I don't want to make you sound too old, but you've been in the industry for quite a long time. What is the best tip or advice that you would give to a aspiring engineer looking to become a success in this market? What would be your bit of advice you would give them?
Clearly, in this current environment and nowadays, is being well exposed to the different technologies that are coming up in our industry. We have 3D printings, we have robotics that are being used in the construction, we have the use of BIM and digital twins, we have scanning for inspection in order to try and get more accurate inspections done. We have the use of drones for surveys and monitoring of construction. So with all of the technologies that are out there, it's important to be close and well informed about what they are. And to do that, I would recommend that all of the aspiring, particularly young engineers, to become members of some of these professional organizations, whether it's the Association of Project Managers or the CIOB or the CTBUH, which is an American organization that really invest into research as well as studies in relation to the construction industry and the latest developments and technological innovations that are being there. Attending conferences, participating in papers, taking CPD training, which is professional training. They're all extremely essential in order to be ahead of the, if not ahead of the developments and innovations in technology, but at least at par with them. So that would be the best recommendation to do that. Unfortunately, the local professional organization, the UAE Society of Engineers and the like in the neighboring countries, they are trying and to organize conferences and events, but I think the key is to offer like chartership type of programs that would really bring in a lot more added value and a lot more investment from the industry overall.
Excellent stuff. Very good bit of advice there. Abdo, thank you very much for speaking to us. It's been a pleasure to host you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.